MS Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences.
Hi students, let us discuss Operating System Laboratory. This video is used to compile, install and boot a new Linux kernel in our computer system. First, log in to the existing Linux OS in your system. First, click on Oracle VM VirtualBox. Then open Debian OS, log in to the system. Double-click on the terminal button, which will open a new terminal. Type the command uname --r to check for the current kernel version. This command displays the currently running Linux kernel version. Copy the archive file of the required Linux kernel to the directory where we are working. Confirm the file in the current directory by typing command ls to list the files in the present working directory. Type the command tar_xvfj file name to extract the source tar_ball. tar is an archiving utility, X is for extract, V is for verbose, J is to specify that the archive is .bz format, F is to specify the name of the target. After executing this command, a directory with the same name as that of source file is created. This directory will be displayed by typing the command ls. Change to the newly created Linux directory by using command cd linux directory. Execute this sequence of commands to refresh the created Linux folder. Make clean is removing the intermediate files present. Make mrproper will do everything make clean does and also remove the config file, the dependency files and everything else that make config creates. Type command make menu config to create new or default configuration file. It provides an ncurses interface to help create config file. It is an alternate to more tedious text-based utility called makeconfig. Select appropriate options for creating the configuration file and then save it. Type command make to compile the kernel based on the created configuration file. Make is a build automation tool that builds programs or executables from source code by reading a make file which specifies how to derive the target. Type command make modules to compile the kernel modules. It compiles individual files for each option set as M, that is module, during configuration process. The object code is then linked to the built kernel. Options set as Y are part of the kernel while those set as N are skipped. Type command module_install to install compiled kernel modules and compiled kernel. Make modules installs kernel modules to /lib/modules or /lib/modules/version. Make install installs kernel to /boot. Basically, it is copying BZ image generated during the compilation to /boot and follows the naming convention vmlinux-version. Type command update-init ramfs to update init daemon. The update-init ramfs script manages your init ramfs images on your local box. It keeps track of the existing init ramfs archives in /boot. K-version indicates to set the specific kernel version for which the init ramfs will be generated. C indicates to create a new init ramfs. Type command update-grub to update the grub bootloader. It updates the bootloader and adds the new kernel to the boot menu. Type command reboot to reboot the system. System reboots to take effect to the change. Displaying the grub file with the newly created Linux kernel. Type the command uname --r to check for the current kernel version.
At MSR UAS, we spark your imagination unlike any other.